to inspire.
Hello, welcome back to Historic Africans.
It has the power
Today,
to unite
we're diving into
people.
a controversial chapter of history that often gets swept under the rug, the influence of Western powers in the political assassinations and overthrows of African leaders. Let's explore 10 instances where African leaders faced dire consequences, allegedly with Western involvement. Remember, each story we cover today is a piece of a larger puzzle, reflecting the complex interplay of independence, power, and international politics. First up, Patrice Lumumba of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Lumumba, Congo's first democratically elected prime minister, was a fierce advocate for independence and national unity. In 1961, he was brutally assassinated. The CIA and Belgian intelligence have been implicated in his death, with declassified documents suggesting a role in destabilizing his government. Lumumba's vision for a united, independent Congo posed a direct challenge to colonial and Cold War interests. Moving on to Thomas Sankara of Burkina Faso. Known as Africa's Che Guevara, Sankara was a revolutionary who focused on anti-imperialism, nationalization, and women's rights. He was assassinated in 1987 in a coup that many believe was supported by France due to his anti-colonial stance. His policies, including renaming the country from Upper Volta to Burkina Faso, were seen as too radical by those who preferred a more compliant regime. Next, Amilcar Cabral, leader of the liberation movements in Guinea-Bissau and Cape Verde against Portuguese rule. His assassination in 1973 has been linked to Portuguese secret police with possible complicity from other Western interests due to his effective guerrilla strategies and advocacy for African unity. Cabral's death was a significant blow to the liberation movements across Africa, showing how far colonial powers would go to maintain control. Let's talk about Kwame Nkrumah from Ghana. Overthrown in a 1966 coup while visiting China, Nkrumah was a Pan-Africanist whose policies aimed at African unity and economic independence were seen as threats by Western powers, particularly the CIA. His vision of a united Africa with shared resources was at odds with the geopolitical strategies of the time, leading to his eventual downfall. Felix Moumie from Cameroon was another independence leader poisoned in 1960. The French Secret Service is suspected of involvement, as Moumie was actively organizing against colonial rule. His death was a stark warning to other African leaders about the lengths to which former colonial powers would go to undermine movements for true sovereignty. Now, Sylvanus Olympio, the first president of Togo, was assassinated in 1963. His economic policies, including opposition to foreign control of Togo's resources, made him a target of Western interests, particularly French and American ones. Olympio's refusal to align with NATO or allow foreign military bases in Togo was likely a significant factor in his assassination. Moumie Ben Barka from Morocco disappeared in 1965 in Paris, with French intelligence and Moroccan officials implicated in his kidnapping, believed to be an assassination. His advocacy for pan-Arab unity and socialism was not welcomed by Western allies. His case remains one of the most infamous political disappearances of the 20th century. Turning to General Murtala Muhammad of Nigeria, assassinated in 1976. His anti-corruption stance and plans to shift Nigeria's foreign policy away from Western influence could have prompted CIA involvement, though this remains speculative. His vision of a Nigeria free from foreign manipulation was short-lived, but left a lasting impact on Nigerian politics. Samuel Doe, president of Liberia, was killed in 1990 amidst a civil war. While direct Western involvement in his assassination isn't clearly documented, his fall was in part due to U.S. policy shifts and support for opposition forces. His brutal regime and the subsequent chaos underlined the often tragic consequences of foreign meddling in African politics. Finally, Sani Abacha of Nigeria. Though his death in 1998 was officially from a heart attack, there are theories suggesting Western agencies might have played a role, given his repressive regime and control over oil resources. His death marked a turning point in Nigerian politics, leading to a transition away from military rule, though under still unclear circumstances. This narrative is complex, filled with intrigue and often obscured by official narratives. We must consider these events through the lens of decolonization, Cold War politics, and resource control. The stories of these leaders are not just about their deaths, but about the struggle for autonomy in a world where power was heavily influenced by Western agendas. It's a reminder of how the fight for freedom and self-determination in Africa has been met with resistance not just from within, but also from powerful external forces. Understanding this history is crucial not just for historical accuracy, but for recognizing patterns of influence in modern geopolitics. Remember, the sources we've cited today offer insights, but are part of a broader, often untold story. I encourage you to delve deeper, question the narratives, and explore the rich tapestry of African history beyond what's commonly known. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Which of these stories did you find most compelling or surprising? Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video where we'll continue to explore the untold stories of Africa and Africans.